Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. Time to continue with the Megathron Striker. Day by day, the ship is becoming more and more lethal. I am improving the skills as well as the modules and the build on this ship. Now I had the funny idea to use tier 4 rigs, but not really sure if it will be worth it. After all, the DPS increase is like couple extra percent. I think it's like 5%. Currently 3125.85 DPS. I still use the C-type large snub-deuced blasters. Now one thing that I will probably change, I might add 1 or 2 tracking computers just to improve the maximum range, and perhaps I end up changing the combat rigs, but we will see about that. So far this build did work really well, and I have no complaints about the performance at the moment. Everything is still in place. Now one thing that I was thinking about improving is the nanocore. The training is still available. I can get extra tracking. Extra tracking is always nice, especially in siege mode, so this is one of the things that I can improve on this little boat, but everything else does seem to be working just fine. I can only improve this little ship, and honestly, so far I had a blast flying this thing. It's a very fun to fly ship. The current IP cost 2.66 billion, so if I go and add tier 4 rigs, the IP cost will skyrocket, and the kill value on this thing will also skyrocket. So those are some of the things that prevent me from going with the tier 4 rigs. But with that being said, well, let's go to the first target. Well, first targets. Now we have 2 rocks sitting at this gas giant nearby, and they are baiting. So in the classic fashion, we are going to go and take the bait. My friend is flying a Vindicator, I am flying a Megathron Striker. I would be flying the Vindicator just to have 2 Vindis on grid, but unfortunately I don't have that ship at the moment. So the Megathron Striker will have to do the job. Okay, there they are, sitting at 0 on the planet. 2 rocks. Now the rock is usually a tanky ship, so I expect good tank out of these things, but we have a lot of DPS, so I think we will be able to break them fairly easily. Okay, the first rock is taking some good damage, and they are now at low shield. We'll start approaching the second rock. The first one is going down. The rock is a shield tank. After the shield is broken, the ship is fairly easy to destroy. Okay, first rock destroyed. Let's rush towards the second one. Now here I noticed something funny. I noticed my speed is not what it should be, and that is because I missed the siege button. And well, now the handbrake is off and the ship will start to go at full speed. The next rock seems to be pointed, so they are not going to go anywhere. Vindicator has a very good point range, 45 kilometers, and that should be enough to hold most ships. Well, that should be enough range to hold most ships. The rock is webbed. Vindicator webs are also very strong, so now I will approach the rock a lot faster. I need to get within range as quickly as possible to apply my DPS. We'll approach to 4 kilometers, and then I may go into siege mode. Okay, micro warp drive is off. Ship is going to be stopped right here. scrambled and triple webbed. I will wait until the ship is completely still to turn on the siege mode, because I don't want to risk missing the target. 32, 25. Okay, I think I can go into siege mode. Yeah, let's enter siege, and now the full DPS will be applied to the rock. The massive alpha is coming from the DPS, from the siege mode, and the rock has been destroyed. That was a very, very nice catch. Well, 2 DPS Galanta ships with blasters wrecked 2 tanky cavalry ships.
Warp drive
now let
active.
me go to the asteroid field so that I can align towards the station, and then I will show you both kills. And both of them were red, which means priority target, and there's going to be a nice ISK payment for blowing up these 2 ships, because currently we have that PPK contract going on, and that's one of the ways how I make ISK in this game. I blow up ships and, well, they have a bounty on them and I get the bounty. 2.3 billion, the first rock. Okay, well, it looks like both were snipers that were covering each other, which is a very interesting idea. The first one had a Cyber X core and the second one had the exact same build. A full-on passive chunk, and the second one also had a Cyber X nano core. Well, that's interesting.
Undocking.
Okay, let's go to the next target. That was a very good fight, by the way. Let's quickly recharge the implant at the station. Or yeah, let's do that real quick. We have a Macario lurking around. That's going to be the next target.
Fleet.
Okay. Preparing for warp. The implant is not fully charged, but it's close by, so I should
Warp
be able
drive
to
active.
at least do some damage, or perhaps I might actually recharge the implant on the Macario. We will see. Okay, there is the Macario. Spamming the lock on button. I got used to it so much, it's kinda funny. Okay, siege activated, and let's wreck the Macario. And the Macario has been destroyed. Nice.
We're under attack.
Perhaps I shouldn't have entered siege, but I think that they were slowed down enough so that I could enter siege. But in any case, it was a pretty good kill, and let's warp out.
Warp drive active.
I would say the Macario definitely is better when you have to quickly respond to a target, because it's really fast. It's a very fast battleship, while the Megathron Striker is good when the target has a lot of ships to destroy, and the Megathron can easily afford to waste a little time in warp. Meanwhile, the Macario is excellent to quickly respond to a target that's about to finish the mission. So both ships have their respective place and they have their respective use. 3.7 billion, not bad, pretty good kill. And let's go to the next target. we have one Abaddon. Now this Abaddon is about 8 kilometers from the mission, and they have a lot of time until they finish with the current
Warp drive
wave,
active.
so I have enough time to actually warp towards them. I did not want to charge the implant. I would just land on the Abaddon and enter siege, because the Abaddon is not moving, and in siege I should be doing a lot of damage. Now the Abaddon could be a bait, but I'm fairly sure that it isn't. In any case, we are about to find out. That was a pretty good warp in, right at the optimal range. Siege activated. Everything is activated, and that was a nasty first hit. Those are some big hits. And the Abaddon has been destroyed. Nice. Let's loot the wreck. I got some
We're under
some
attack.
large lasers. Always nice to get some large lasers. Especially the C-type ones. They are quite expensive.
Warp drive active.
Okay, let's align towards the station. Micro warp drive is on, and let's take a look at the Abaddon kill. 2.1 billion, not bad. A armor tank Abaddon. And they had the Ascension Nanocore. Well, one Scrambler wasn't enough, but the DPS was more than enough to destroy the ship within
Warp
seconds.
drive active.
Okay, let's go to the next target. We are warping to the planet. The next target is 75 kilometers from the mission, but the warping is not the best. We have a Raven, so let me just warp to 74 kilometers. Let's go 73, perhaps lucky number. You never know. The implant is fully charged. Everything is ready. Just need
Warp
to
drive
get
active.
just need to get within range, and I need to catch the next ship. Okay, well, there is the Raven. The Raven seems to be quite busy with some small ships, perhaps that can buy me some time to approach them. 40-kilometer distance, which, you know, is kind of far to be honest, but if I can approach, then I can catch the Raven. 888 meters per second is not that slow, and this Raven seems to be completely standing still
We're
for some
under
reason.
attack.
Well, I'll just keep on approaching, I guess.
We're under attack.
Locking the target. Well, surprisingly, I'm actually getting within range. I did not expect this to happen. Scrambled and webbed. Micro warp drive is off. Implant almost hit cooldown.
Warp drive active.
Well, this was surprisingly a very lucky catch. Did not expect to have enough time to burn towards the Raven to scramble them, but it happened somehow. Okay, let me approach the station and I'll keep the micro warp drive on, and then let's take a look at the kill. 1.1 billion, not bad. Now this Raven had a weird, a cursed Raven. Alright, and they had the Salvager. I noticed that the Salvager is quite popular with the ships that have a horrible cursed build. Not really sure why I made that connection, but that's just what I noticed, and
Warp drive active.
not really sure why that's the case, but uh-oh. Well, something happened there. We lost one Stratius. Well, not really sure what happened, but I'm warping to the location. I think we have one Apocalypse Striker tackled. Well, it looks, yeah, it is an Apocalypse Striker. Okay, not really sure why we lost a Stratius, but it happens. Maybe I should have taken the Macario for this, for the quick response, but it's okay, not a big deal. There is the Apocalypse Striker. They have webbed the Astra, but the Astra is orbiting at 0, so not a big problem. Not orbit, but approach to 14 kilometers. Scrambled and webbed. And I'm doing full damage. I did not enter siege because I'm moving, but in any case, the Apocalypse Striker has been destroyed. Okay, let's warp out.
Warp drive active.
That was a good kill, by the way. The Apocalypse Strikers can be some of the most expensive ships that you can kill, especially if they use beam lasers. Beam lasers are highly expensive, and they can, give you some pretty good ISK if you end up blowing up a ship that uses them. In my case, actually, when you look at the most expensive modules, surprisingly, blasters and lasers are the most expensive ones. Let's align towards the station and let's take a look at the kill. 3.3 billion, and this one used beam lasers, which I was just talking about. So yeah, very expensive. Very expensive. Apocalypse Striker. They used to be on average like 2.2 billion, 2.1 billion, but their price went up, I guess. So they will become some expensive kills. That's for sure. Okay, let's go to the next target. Trying to find the warp in here. I think we have one Raven Striker that is running a mission.
Warp drive active.
Okay, I am in warp. Hopefully I did not mess up the distance. Well, looks like I did. Okay, fair enough. Now this is the thing with this ship. If you have to wait for a target and if you have to wait for tackle, there is a good chance that you will probably be late because this ship is very slow.
Warp drive active.
And that's, well, not slow with the not slow in terms of battleship level slow, but the Macario just feels a lot different, a lot more agile, and I mostly compare this ship to the Macario because that is my other PvP battleship.
Warp drive active.
And when we compare all of the battleships with the Macario, they are slow. Okay, going towards the next target. The next target is at 0. And there it is. We have a Dominix. 16 kilometers away from my ship. Let's quickly approach. They are trying to warp out. Actually 19 kilometers, my apologies. They are trying to warp out. I have to quickly get within scramble range in order to catch them. Scrambled and triple webbed. Micro warp drive is disabled. And the Dominix has been destroyed. Let's loot the wreck and let's warp out. Almost missed this one because I landed a couple kilometers away from the scrambler and they were attempting to warp, but quickly cancel that. Creating a thumbnail will be a challenge because the previous thumbnail that I had was, I think, one of the better ones that I created in a while, and it's always a challenge to create a good looking thumbnail, at least in my case. Not really sure why I struggle with that, but yeah, that's basically what's happening. I always can't decide what thumbnail to use for the video because I always make another one that looks better. Okay, let's take a look at the kill. 878 million. Okay, Serpentis core. Serpentis nanocore.
Warp drive active.
Alright, let's go to the next target. Looks like we are going to attempt a fleet warp. Now, a little fun fact, you can actually charge the high power coil and the thermal circulation if you shoot at your own drone. It's a very fun little trick that can help if you have to charge the implant but you don't have a station to shoot at, or or something similar. Basically, the trick is that you don't have to do damage in order to charge the implant. The thing that matters is that you shoot the blasters and that will charge it, which is again very interesting. The focused crystal has to hit or it loses the it will lose the stacks, which can be a problem in the longer run. So our target here is a Megathron, I believe. Currently just waiting for my friend to charge up the implant and then we can... Oh, well, we are already in warp. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. I didn't charge my implant, didn't have the time for it, or perhaps I could, but I just didn't do it. Didn't think that it was necessary. It's only a Megathron, so it will be destroyed very quickly. Okay, there is the Megathron. I always spam the lock-on button every time, I know. It's becoming a habit. Locked, everything is activated, and well, that was quick. The Megathron has been destroyed. Let's warp out.
We're under attack.
Warp drive active.
I always warp to a random asteroid belt. Sometimes, you know, I dock with timer, however, that is mostly with smaller ships, with cruisers. Battleships are just, I don't know, I feel very uncomfortable to do that, but in case I have to, I can do that just fine. The trick is to click dock and just don't touch the screen at all until the ship docks, because if you accidentally double tap the screen or if you accidentally do something else that can disturb the dock process, well, your ship is dead. So that's one thing to keep in mind, and also very risky because it's so close to the warp button, which, you know, will just warp you. 785 million is not bad. A sniper Megathron. Let's go to
Warp drive
the
active.
next target. Now here we are basically both of our ships are on timer and we don't really have enough time to swap ships, so we are just going to yeet our battleships at the next target. The next target is a Cyclone, a sniper Cyclone. They are orbiting at about 50 kilometers, so it's going to be a challenge to catch that ship. They are on the last wave as well, so we have to be very quick if we want to catch the ship. Okay, fleet warp underway. Now, I did talk about this before, but you
Warp
can
drive
technically set up safe spots around some potential mission locations, and that way you can actually have perfect warp-ins for the mission, because most missions spawn around gates, around
We're under attack.
Warp drive active.
Okay, well, looks like my microphone died in the last couple 2 minutes. But in any case, that was a very nice little run with the Megathron Striker. Overall, I'm very satisfied with the performance of this ship, and I really do enjoy flying it. It's a fantastic. It really is a fantastic battleship, and overall, if you want to fly one, I definitely recommend that you go and try one out, because honestly, they are indeed very, very fun. So with that being said, I really hope that you guys have enjoyed. As always, I love you all, fly safe, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.